Do you guys ever find yourself thinking about what really makes a good player high level? Like, what is it? Well, I'll give you guys just a minute to answer. Actually, no, I won't, because you'll probably get it wrong anyways, because there really is no one single answer to what makes a truly great Rocket League player. There's a lot of different factors that you probably haven't even noticed yourself that really determines how good a player can be. And we see this in pro players. You know, players can have such different play styles, but both be equally amazing. Be that as it may, when you're at this level, everyone is so good that you have to be able to consistently pull off impressive feats just to give yourself a chance against the best competition. You have to have sort of an entire arsenal equipped with high-level moves.
But an atomic! Oh, he's that is incredible. Oh, he's not done it again, has he? He's done it again. Atomic! You can't just do this every game, my man. Oh, no.
Yes, some of them may be different, but there is sort of a trend among really good players. So that's what this video is about, a list of high-level moves that are actually super effective, even though some of them you might, think otherwise. All right, guys, really quick, before we go any further, I have to give a big shout out to the sponsor for today's video, which is my good friends over at IGL or Indie Gaming League. Listen, if you're playing a lot of Rocket League these days and you want to make the game even more fun for yourself, you've got to check this out. So Indie Gaming League is almost like intramural esports. Like, it's an online gaming league for players of all ranks. You don't have to be super good, you don't have to be a pro, and you don't have to be high ranked. And registration is currently open for their fall circuit. Whether you want to sign up for the 1v1 league or 2s or 3s or even Rumble, which was recently added. This is super fun. I've loved playing in these. Seriously, it's a blast and it's such a cool community. Registration closes September 25th, so sign up now using the link in the description to sign up, and if you do, you will automatically be entered into a giveaway to win an Asus 17-inch gaming monitor, which is pretty awesome. So again, check it out by using the link in the description below. You won't regret it. All right, let's jump back in. So the first one that you may know of, and maybe you've even used it yourself, but chances are you're still underrating how useful it is. I'm talking about using the goal to recover. Now, before you say that, you've heard of this or you've seen this or whatever, it is true that a lot of people have seen this, but I'm kind of pointing out a way this has been used sort of differently. And I don't know, it seems like it's becoming more prevalent among really high-level players. Like when you're watching high-level matches, especially high-level ones matches, you see this all the time. When players flick the ball, they'll often kind of sling the ball towards their opponent's net, and if they miss it or it goes off the backboard or their opponent basically saves it, the fastest way for them to recover consistently is to drive straight into the net, go upside down, like up the back wall, and then jump off the roof of the goal. So I knew people were doing this a lot in like other situations, but to see people go for offensive plays where they go for a flick or maybe they sort of dive all in on a power shot, and then consistently over and over again, especially in high-level ones, like I said, just drive right into the goal every time. It's just so much faster than trying to stop or use your drifting to turn around. Here you can see a player like Lion Blaze doing it against First Killer, and also Flakes recovering this way against First Killer as well. So if you start looking for these, they won't be hard to find. Even in RLCS, you'll often see people using the goal to recover pretty much all the time. And it really is an insanely useful method for recoveries that I feel like people still aren't fully utilizing, especially like in the middle and higher ranks. Obviously, pros are doing this kind of thing, but when you see pros doing stuff, that means we should probably be doing those things as well. So this next one's kind of funny, but it's actually still a surprisingly effective move. This is the turtle flick, and I'm thinking of a specific way to do the turtle flick. At least for me personally, I always thought that this was just kind of a flashy move that was pretty useless, but I'm starting to see it get used more often. So if you watch high-level ones and you think about a turtle flick and someone using it often, you're gonna think of a player named Flakes, because he seems to be one of the few people that have actually gotten them down and been able to actually use them in competitive environments, like against some of the best players in the world. Now, am I saying that you should give up practicing things like the 45-degree flick so that you can master the art of turtle flicks? No, not at all. But in high-level lobbies, things like this every now and then are, again, super effective in catching your opponent off guard. You can see Flakes scoring this one against First Killer and another one against Ixo, also trying one against O'Khalid. He's actually hit one in RLCS, although they were getting slapped around a bit, like it's still pretty cool. and surprisingly effective. Now, when you first see people doing this third one, I'm sure most of you will refer to it as freestyling. Of course, I'm talking about spinning your car while you're in the air. While yes, you will catch freestylers doing this all the time, it's actually almost an integral part of high-level Rocket League players at this point. It may seem like overly flashy or like you're sort of showboating, but there's really a lot more to it than that. It's just so much harder to read an attacker when they're coming at you and they're spinning their car and twisting their car in different ways, as opposed to when they're just flying at you normally. You can easily tell what part of the ball they're going to hit if you really pay attention and what part of their car they're going to hit it with. It's easier to tell what move they're going to try to pull off when someone just flies straight through the air as opposed to spinning around like this. So when they're spinning the car, it's almost impossible to tell what kind of move they're going to transition into or what part of the ball they're going to hit and what part of their car they're going to hit it with. Like, it's really unpredictable. So at first it may seem as if this is just for the sake of looking fancy. It's actually a super effective technique and tactic in competitive Rocket League, and that's why you see it in, almost every single RLCS match, or any time a high level ones player goes up for an air shot. They're always doing this, and it's because it really throws the defender off. Obviously it takes an insane amount of control, but it's worth working on that sort of high level car control so that you can do this and easily transition into sort of a tricky flip reset or a double touch or an air dribble that your opponent just won't see coming. So this one is a little tricky. You see it a lot, but you don't sort of realize it at first. And it's really one of those moves that shows the main difference between a high level player and somebody like me. I'm gonna call this the canceled commit. I just can't think of a good name here, but that's what I'm calling it because that's what's happening. Basically, watch JBot in this short clip. He decides that he wants to jump up for this ball against First Killer. Quickly, he realizes that it was a mistake to make that decision, and instead of committing and trying to fly, over his opponent or to sort of block them or try to do something different, he basically cuts his losses and just immediately backflips out of the shot. Now, this backflip may look like it was an accident, but I am 100% positive that this wasn't, because I've seen so many people do this. He flips out of that play, steals his opponent's boost, and it may seem like a small thing, but if he had continued committing for that ball, there's a good chance that he would have gotten scored on and lost that game. So I don't think it's an understatement to say that backflipping out of a play saved his chances of winning that game. So the moral of the story is, sometimes it's better to just cut your losses than to continue screwing yourself over. And sometimes if you can have quick enough reactions when you go out for a shot, if you can just sense that it's not going to work out and you can dodge quick enough, basically within that first 1.5 seconds before you lose your dodge, sometimes it's a good option. So the last one is still an effective move if somebody could do it consistently. But yeah, I threw it in here just to have a little fun with it, and that is the ground pinch double touch. This shot is actually insane, and I figured it'd be cool just to show you guys. It's kind of like a freestyler's move, but I could see it as a competitive move as well. I think it could really be viable competitively if a high-level player, somebody like Justin, took the time to really master it. So pinches are super useful, and double touches are super useful, so why not continue to use them? This kind of reminds me of the time I was actually getting bubble tea, and I asked this guy if he thought it would be good. He was the person working there. I asked him if he thought it would be good to have taro, coconut, and I think I said red bean. If you guys have never gotten bubble tea, you might not know what I'm talking about. So I asked him, are those three flavors gonna be good together? And he responded with, "Do you like taro?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Do you like coconut?" And I was like, "Yes." I'm sort of guffawing because I know where he's going at this point. Then he was like, "Do you like red bean?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Then you'll like it." To which I almost responded, "Do you like pepperoni? Do you like pinto beans? Do you like smoothies?" Obviously, just because you like three things doesn't mean it'll be good together. Gosh. Anyways, these two things are good together, a pinch and a double touch. So this player decided to combine them in this beautiful little shot. I mean, he isn't the first person probably who's done this, but it looks like he's sort of starting to master it. Now, if we ever see something like this in RLCS, it's probably not going to be for a while. But I would say that this move, while seeming like it's just something reserved for freestylers, this could be pretty awesome in a competitive environment. And if any of you guys manage to pull this off, tag me on Twitter or Instagram. I've got links to my Instagram and Twitter in the description below. Let us know if you guys are able to do this, or even if you could try it in custom training. How are we supposed to know? If you fail to do it and you just say in a comment below that you did it, we're not gonna know. All right, guys, there are 5 high-level moves in Rocket League that are surprisingly effective. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you should definitely look into applying some of these moves into your own games, especially things like the goal recoveries and things like cutting your losses and canceling your commits. They seem pretty simple, but they really can elevate your game to a new level. So if you guys have any other moves that you think could be possibly on this list, be sure to leave them in the comments, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.